And here they are. So nice handshake, and of course, as we were able to witness it from Marcus, all you need really is a card to put up an insane field. And we'll see if Serkan actually paid attention to the deck and learned how to play against it. We know that the Con is absolutely the key card of the deck now, and that's what you should focus on. And we already see the seed.
Yeah.
Nice. So Sunseed Losi, that's all you need. Let's see if there are actually some entrops in his opponent deck, and there is an impermanence right away.
That's the only one Serkan is playing.
Ooh.
But
Yeah, one of the extenders really, I mean, he's getting a huge start here.
yeah, here because he get to special summon one monster from the deck.
Yep, with the Sunvine.
Yeah. And it is a good extender because that's what it was needing.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's all you need. This impermanence at the moment is pretty much useless. Let's see if Serkan actually knew about it. And you can see just Alex, the way he's not even stuttering. He knows exactly what he needs to do, and he will just try and push forward as much as he can. Let's just take a look at how many entrops Serkan is maining.
Just impermanence, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah. So Serkan is maining only infinite impermanence. So that's the only entrop we're gonna see for the rest of this game one from him. And this is absolutely tough. Of course, like as we had the interview with Marcus on Friday, he mentioned how Tier Element is actually the best matchup for this deck. But he was more afraid of the runic package, which Serkan is actually not using.
Yeah.
So I think Alex has a huge edge in this match, and absolutely even more in this game.
But also, I think that playing, we have seen it also this with Diego, which won the national championship in Italy with Flower
Yep.
Race. The more you play a deck, the more you become familiar with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we are seeing, how Alex is playing it. So like the speed, and looks like he perfectly knows what he's doing. So at the moment, it looks like he's free to do.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like when you get impermanence, but you have the Sunvine sowing, it's as if your opponent basically didn't use it, because that's what you would go and search with the Link in the first place. So this is pretty much the entirety of the combo. You will be able to set up multiple pops and tributes, and of course, Rikka Princess being one of the key cards of the deck. The entrap, but also working from the graveyard, is such a strong card.
And as we were saying, we saw Serkan going through some of Alex's cards because we said that although he won the European Championship, I think that still it's not easy to be played against, especially because you don't really know where to activate your card. So
and to be fair, which is honestly would be in this case a mistake, when decks like the one from Marcus win events, sometimes people just disrespect them. They were like, yeah, they won, but the performance was insane. So I think it would have been a huge mistake to just ignore the deck completely. And the same can be said for Exo Sisters, which won the last YCS over in Canada, and a lot of people still not really accustomed to the way the deck plays. So,
and also I'm thinking that when such a deck wins an event like the European Championship, usually the tournament after that deck usually doesn't perform that well.
That's true.
But still, we have seen a lot of players still in top 32 with this deck.
I'm pretty sure we had at least 3 to 4 Rikka players in the top cut. We'll be able to tell you guys how many are still in it. But yeah, this is pretty much what we have seen all the times from Marcus at the European Championship, going for Mudan and getting to the one and only, arguably, I would say, the best card in the deck, which is Rikka Con. Just unbelievable. The fact that it allows you to tribute the cards from your opponent's side of the field, it's so strong. And yeah.
Yeah, he gets the drop card here, and very nice setup from Alex.
This is the usual setup we pretty much witnessed all in the European Championship, and it is happening once again here. And I don't think there is a solution, because Serkan is not really using any disruption going second. As we mentioned, impermanence, the only possible interruption, and we could have a really quick game on our hands. Let's see if he finds a way to fight back. Adventurers are somewhat nice, but I mean, it really needs a strong hand to even try and fight back. Just asking a few of the effects. And here, of course, we have Resurgent on the field, which will be able to pretty much compulsory if needed and come back time after time. Let's see. I mean, really thinking hard about it. Can't blame him. And I think he has a Faithful, so he might start things off with that. He does. We haven't really seen too much of the Adventurer package this weekend, I would say. But it's still so strong.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, was one of the most powerful engine we have had over the last months.
Yeah.
And as you said, it was not so... Not many players relied on it during this weekend.
Absolutely.
But I think it's very nice to see that we have had a lot of Spright, different versions this weekend, and still... I think the deck is very powerful and consistent as well.
Yeah, it's just a great engine. Can be splashed in a lot of decks. Why not? Why not, honestly? Yeah. So he goes and grabs the Draco back, which can be useful to try and force the Con, but I don't think his opponent will allow him to do so. Let's see. By the way, he's also using another of the cards we have not seen too much of, which is the Illegal Knight. He's playing both targets, so not only the Griffin, but Illegal Knight going second can be quite disruptive to just spin back a couple of cards. Do you think Alex is gonna do something in this spot?
I think he's considering it, but maybe because Serkan
like
he also has Prosperity. Yeah.
Yeah. So Prosperity coming down. Let's see if he wants to banish 3 or 6 cards, because usually he would go for 3 with this deck, but I think he might be in a desperate mood. I like that he's using this engine, but maybe the ordering was somewhat suspicious, because he's playing 3 copies of Nimble Angler, which works great with the Adventurer package, but not when you're already resolved. Okay, and we see an Ash Blossom. Nice.
And that's what we saw also previously, Ash Blossom being activated on the Prosperity. If you really feel like he's going to stop your opponent, then...
And that's exactly what I was wondering. You don't want the Con being used to your hand, so we are just gonna see right away the Princess. What a card.
No, I mean the card itself is very powerful. Gives you so much advantage, and now Serkan needs to deal with this, and honestly...
Yeah, this is tough. I don't see it. He picks up his cards, and game 1 goes to Alex. What can we even say? I mean, we're getting used to this. If it was a surprise in Antwerp, it definitely isn't now. And we see some of the friends, and I mentioned Markums himself, holding a flag for Alex. We can't quite get it yet. Now we did. There he goes. And I mean, it's great to see this crowd watching and supporting their friends while in the match. But I mean, not much can be said. He was lucky enough, to be fair, Serkan, to open the 1 copy of Impermanence. But now, what can he even do? Now, he's going first. So, to be fair, going and losing the die roll, we know it. it's a huge disadvantage against this deck. But what do you think he's siding in?
That's the question, because basically playing against, I think he was not that prepared to play against this kind of deck because he was going through some of Alex's cards.
Il vero re?
There's the vero re. I mean, there's the Rayo.
The true king, the Thunder King Rayo in the deck from Serkan. Of course, there are multiple reasons. One of them is that he can focus on the Mannequin Cat and have these niche cards such as Thunder King Rayo and Chaos Hunter, which I doubt we'll see, but can be really strong in some matchups. On the other hand, though, we have 3 copies of Droll and Lockbird for Serkan. Those are somewhat interesting. They can really caught off guard Alex, who, as we know, if the main deck looks somewhat different from their build at the European Championship, the side deck is pretty much card by card the same, with the change that a pointer of the Red Rolus got limited to 1. So now they replaced them with Solemn Judgment, but the rest of the cards are the same. So they have a really solid side deck, going second with Gamma, Evenly, and Slayer for going second, while for going first, Solemn and a pointer, which makes the deck almost perfect, at least in terms of siding, I would say.
Yeah, I think the side deck is super consistent.
Yeah,
honestly.
I love the side deck.
It does everything you need. It gets the job done. I think Ultimate Slayer, we saw it once, maybe this weekend, and I think it's still super consistent card, especially like playing it with the Kiskila.
I think, it didn't see maybe the amount of play that we could have predicted ever since it got released, but it's one of those cards that is just waiting out there to be just a free off staple in everyone's side deck. And I think here the key role will be played by the Adventurer package, because usually like a Gamma alone is enough for game against the old version of Spright. But if they can open the Adventurers, maybe this actually changes a lot, and it will be interesting to see. But personally, I really, really want to see the Target King Rayo. Just a throwback to 2010 and even before that. So
that would be great.
Really looking forward to a Thunder King Rayo. And to be fair, it's quite strong here.
No, I mean, I think that's super strong.
It can be quite annoying, but without further ado, I think our players are almost ready. So let's go back to the table for Game 2. Even if we will not see it, I want to bring it up on the screen just to have it there. As mentioned, the Thunder King Rayo, an option for Serkan after siding. Let's see what his opening will be. Obviously looking for Riot and maybe the combo with the Nimble, but he does open up Riot, so that's a great start already. If you pair it up with Nimble Engine, I think this is a great start. So the Angler would be the ideal setup. Let's see if he has it.
And this is a very good start.
Yeah. Already you're happy whenever you open one of your copies. Okay, interesting line. Instead, he goes for a special summon, which hopefully for his friends and fans would not mean that he's bricked, because that could be an option, of course, if you can call Right a brick, but I mean, somewhat. Okay, so yeah, for here, nothing too weird. We get to see the Griffin. Is there gonna be some other plays? There is, but he cannot use the effect right now, but there is a blue.
Wow.
So, solid and still.
Good stuff.
Yeah, lot of stuff going on. I guess the special summon leaves me a little intrigued in why you would go that direction, because you can just summon the Nimble.
Yeah.
So why do you need to reveal the special summon? I'm not sure, but at the moment, let's see if there is a response. Alex is using a lot of end shops, of course, with the Griffin there. Not really interested in it, I guess. Is he playing? No, he's not playing Nibiru, right? I don't want to do it again. Yeah.
No, it's not.
So we're not gonna see like a an Ibiru before alongside an Impermanence, and now it would be too late regardless. So we get to see even swap frog, so this can turn out to be a absolutely insane turn 1 play with like smashers, totally awesome, the Griffin, and that could be enough to actually win it for Serkan.
We have said it, I think, a lot of times during this weekend that this is one of the main reasons why Sprights are very good, because basically you can splash a lot of engines that are available at the moment, and still with the adventure package, like you can put up this field.
Absolutely. And this is great stuff by Serkan. Yeah, I mean, having a think at it, but it's pretty straightforward what he's gonna go for, and I think Ultimate Slayer could be an interesting one if his opponent has it. He's gonna actually go for some swap frogs, interestingly enough. You usually don't see that as an option, but it seems as if he wants to play around Dark Ruler and some of these other cards.
What do you think? Like, honestly,
I mean, it's an interesting decision. As again, we haven't seen too much of Dark Ruler, but we mentioned it. There are multiple cards that can be used. I'm not sure how big of a fan I am of that, but if there is an Ultimate Slayer in the end, it could work out pretty well. And there it goes. So Ultimate Slayer right away.
he has it.
He has it. He has it. And this is a great start by Alex already.
Yeah. I mean, he's getting rid of the elf. The good stuff is that your opponent cannot respond with monster effect, basically. So
yeah, it's great stuff, and of course, as you can see, he is playing the one copy in the side deck of the Kiskila, so he's gonna go for this right away, and yeah, this is already a tough start once again by Serkan. We
very
mentioned
good
it.
one.
The
Yeah,
side
very
deck
good
was
one.
really good.
Yeah,
You think you were gonna see the Griffin right away now?
I would expect it, honestly.
Probably,
Yeah, I would expect it. Yeah. Yeah, we're seeing that Serkan is going through the Kisikil just, to be sure.
Yep.
But the Ultimate Slayer here was, I think, a very good one. We've said it before, it's very good. Especially with this combination with the Kiskill and...
Interesting, and we actually see it being used on the Smashers. Serkan having a hard fought of it, but he lets it go. And now play is back to the Rikka player. Let's see. He goes for the normal summon of the Seed. Okay. His opponent, as we know, he just has the Griffin. Is he gonna use anything in response? Is the Totally Awesome, which then brings back a Swap Frog, and I would be surprised if we are not seeing a Griffin activated yet. So he gets back the Nimble, and Griffin finally comes down, just trying to play around, Droplet or Dark Ruler, but Talent, 3 copies in the main deck, so what a end for going second. This is from Alex.
This is very good.
I mean, either if you take, if you already have it, but he used the Talent to draw 2. That's what our judge has just told us. He's trying to draw 2 with the Talent. Let's see. He's gonna get negated. Okay. That's interesting, actually, because if he... Ooh!
He has another one.
I was about to say, though. I don't know.
You're thinking about if that was right?
I'm thinking that this might have been a slight misstep. I think if you have 2 copies, you always take it. And then I'm thinking on the other side, if your opponent draws 2, you allow it every time. Because they already committed to the normal summon. So I think on both players' end, there was a little bit of a weird decision, which could have costed them the game. But now what should have happened in the first place pretty much happened. And it is, okay,
The
one
glamour.
of the Rikkas, yeah. Glamour being used. Or maybe, yeah. Let's see what he wants to grab from the deck. Having a think at it. Serkan is slightly smiling. I don't think he's actually that happy about what's going on at the moment. But yeah. It's Princess?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Princess is special summoned. They will be used for a link summon.
Yeah.
And yeah, now it's Serkan who will try his best to stay in this. Let's see if Alex has something else up his sleeve. Ooh, we see the illegal knight actually. That's
nice.
a great surprise. Yeah. We thought Serkan was done, but actually the illegal knight can be pretty annoying at this point. But of course, with the princess in the graveyard, it all comes to an interesting point. Yeah.
Yeah, this was unexpected, and indeed Alex is giving a look at it because you don't really see it quite often. But there was basically the hand trap that Serkan needed. So
yeah, he needed another interruption. Let's see if it will be enough. Of course, not something that he expected it, but he's gonna use it right away and give it to his opponent, it seems. Interesting.
and Alex.
Yeah, Alex sets you. He's back to his opponent. In the end, it seems as if Serkan was able to surprise his opponent, and without thinking too much about it, just gets the card back with the Drago back. It's gonna be a close one. Let's see if there is a rivalry. There is the rivalry. Wow.
Ooh,
But the Cosmic off the top. Wow. What a match. Neither of these two guys want to give it up. And yeah, it is the Cosmic off the top from Serkan. Huge. He's now gonna switch some of these cards. And it seems as we could have a very quick one right here. He is considering it because honestly the Legal Knight is obviously a threat.
Yeah.
He won't be able to deal with it, and I think he picked up his card, and the score is 1-1. We are going to game 3. What a match. Once again, both duelists trying their best to get the spot to the top 16. But honestly, out of the two, I think it was Alex who was looking as the attacker, you know?
Yeah, because like he really wanted to come back into the game, and I think for a second he managed somehow. Yeah. But then the illegal knight was completely unexpected, honestly.
Yeah, it seems as if the opening from Serkan was absolutely insane. He had the adventurer package with the Griffin. Later on we find out he also has the illegal knight, but then it was keeping a lot of resources, a lot of negations. I think there was a point in time for which both players were pretty much having a thought about triple tactics talent. And I gotta say, both could have probably done a better decision whether to force the Griffin from Alex's side or whether to allow it to resolve. In the end, it didn't matter. Probably the illegal knight was enough to win it, and we get to game 3.
Yeah.
So, what do you think is gonna happen now? We briefly mentioned Alex side deck for going first.
Yeah, he has 3 Solemn Judgments and the Appointer of the Red Lotus,
yeah.
Which are
great,
honestly. And
on his opponent's side, instead, I think he's scared, right?
I would be scared, honestly. Yeah.
For sure. For sure
Yeah.
scared, but the main option, again, Cosmic is needed. You
Yeah.
will play that for sure. But we might see Drawn and Lock alongside the Dimension Shifter. I think that's needed for sure to just try and be in there. I'm not a big fan maybe in this matchup of the package alongside it, but we could see the Shifter plus Gamma Burst if his opponent is caught, off guard by the Dimension Shifter.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it's worth mentioning that the Adventure Spright, I think it's great. I mean,
It's definitely one of the better versions. I'm not quite sure yet which one is the best. Just by numbers, I have to say Runic Spright is performing incredibly well, considering the numbers at the beginning of the event and the conversion rate walking into top 64. But at the end, there are multiple reasons or ways to look at the situation. Some can say, based on results, whoever wins will have the bragging rights of saying my deck was the best, but we'll be able to follow the event more and more as we go through. But our duelists are almost ready. There is one more game and the last game for one of these two players. Let's just go to the table for game 3. Here they are. There is still around 90 minutes left in the round. And it's gonna be Alex who goes first and pretty much just trying to do what he did in game 1. If there is a Solemn or a Lotus to pack it up, why not? But the plan is clear and simple. Let's take a look at these opening hands from these players. Again, the only cards in Serkan deck at the moment that could be helpful are Shifter, Droll, or the Impermanence.
Yeah.
And we start things off already with Prosperity, which is usually really good. But if there is a Droll and Lock in Serkan hand, could be actually a little underwhelming at the moment. Let's see this top 3. It's Talent, Solemn Judgment, and Die. Okay, so whatever you need, you find from this. And it is the die, so interesting one. Let's see if Droll and Lock comes down. I think Serkan allows it, so no Droll and Lock, and the die is gonna resolve.
Very good news from Alex. Now I think we might be seeing the combo.
Yeah, I mean, that's really all you need to just back it up. He's gonna do it right here with a Rikka Petal, but I think he's good for now. A Shifter is not there. Droll and Lock is not there. Impermanence could be there, but that's usually not enough. Let's see. Is there gonna be an Impermanence once again here? Serkan is thinking about it, but he probably... Yeah, he is thinking about it. He might have... The only card he could have is it, and honestly, he could just...
Looks
simply
like
have engine and no cards in his hand.
Looks like doesn't have anything going on at the moment, which is very good news from Alex.
Yeah, this is great stuff. We see the Dryas, as always, one of the better opening cards, and just like he did in game 1, he will find the Sunvine, and yeah, what a start.
This is also what we have seen at the European Championship, basically, in which we got the chance to see the deck in full power in action.
Yeah, the combo is the same.
Yeah.
That's not changed. Keep in mind, at least this, the deck was good enough even walking into this event. The only thing that changed are, we can say, the collateral. So whatever you put alongside it, Rivalry stays, because Rivalry is amazing even now, but Mystic Mine is cut, and honestly, it's still showing up so strong. And here we see once again the Jasmine the usual combo we have seen multiple times, and it doesn't hurt that this deck is also able to manipulate a little bit of these life point gains when it comes to time. Hopefully not our case, as there are still 15 minutes remaining in the round.
Yeah, he gets the one of the Rikka Fairy.
Yeah, Primula. Can we check maybe if Serkan is playing like evenly or some cards like this? No, he's not.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, it's definitely in a tough spot at the moment. We have seen evenly match being played by a lot of players. We have also seen cards like Lava Golem, Sphere Mode, but Serkan is playing none of them. So Alex is gonna have a pretty easy life, I think, at the moment. Here we see the Queen, Strenna coming down, which means pretty soon we could get to the teardrop, but yeah, I think even here,
Yeah.
when your opponent just in top 32, final game, reads your cards,
Oh, he has the...
you are really in a good spot. He drops finally this Infinite Impermanence, waiting quite a bit for it, but let's see if this decision will pay off.
Yeah, he just waited for the Mudan, so he doesn't allow him to add the Rikka's
the
Control.
Concon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably a good decision, I want to say, but essentially he stopped the activation of Mudan, so there won't be a Concon, and I think this was actually a pretty good plan from Serkan. Let's see if that will work out well for him. Of course, still, Princess is there. The Link 4. So you basically have a compulsory negation. You still have a lot of interruptions. And there might be a rivalry face down. So let's see. Anyway, Serkan picks up his card and will have to fight back in this. Hopefully he doesn't pick it. Let's see. Alex was considering using something, but now there are multiple cards that would be so bad if top decked. Ooh, and the one copy! The one copy of the Red Lotus is drawn.
Wow.
The one copy of the card, you open it, going first in game 3. That's a huge sigh of relief.
This might be huge.
Yeah, let's see. Maybe if he has, a Spright starter, we could see it being chained here, but definitely a good one. Yep. Serkan is thinking about it. The main one on top of my head is for sure the starter. And he chains something. Let's see. He does have the starter, so he's considering chaining it. And he does. So he chains the Spright starter. Let's see if there is a response from Alex. Ooh, wow. And the Ash Blossom from the end as well. What an opening. But, okay, Forbidden Droplet, sure. The card will still be negated, but this will leave him with very few cards to play with. And yeah, he is left without anything. So this is such a great opening turn by Alex. His opponent will just pass back to him. Yeah, having a read, and yeah, the Lotus just stealing the show.
Yeah, it's just set you and pass.
Yeah, play is back to his opponent, who now gets the pedal back, and he has all he needs to just close this one and advance to the top 16. Let's see how he will figure this out, but yeah, I don't think we will have any chance for Serkan. Well fought, but we can see maybe why Red Lotus is not at 3 anymore.
Yeah, now we'll for sure go and push for game. He should have enough. And yeah, that Red Rolus with the Ash Blossom was... Yeah. He continues now, he brings back the Mudan that we have previously seen, and now comes the Konkon.
Konkon comes down, of course, we know the Cosmic might be forced to use it, not that it matters too much. We can see some huge smiles in the crowd from the supporters of Alex. They know this one is going their way, and yeah, this is just a matter of time at this point. Yeah, just trying to do the math.
Yeah, it needs
doesn't
to
have to make it too complicated. Enters battle phase, and just after some quick calculations, this is enough. And Alex wins it and moves to the top 16. What a match. Again, I'm not getting tired of seeing Rikka winning in my book, so not sure if you guys are, but I don't think it's the last time we have seen a Rikka deck winning on stream.
Yeah, I mean, very good stuff from Alex as well. It basically showed us how the deck should be played.
Yeah.
And as you said, these guys really worked on very hard on this deck, also with Marcus Patel, and they know it by heart. It reminds me about about Diego. Like, they've been playing this deck for the last months. They know card by card how to play with that. Congrats.
Absolutely, it seems as throughout these events, this determination is paying off. As you mentioned, some of the Italians playing Flowanderies and topping all events with them. UK doing the same with Rikka, and both of these guys are in top 32, and maybe they both advance to the top 16. So this could be a very interesting story of if they end up clashing one against the other. But regardless, I think congratulations to both. They put up a very good show, and to be fair, in game one, maybe the die roll was quite impactful because they had a tight match, but game two, again, probably the most back and forth one, and it was the Illegal Knight who won it in the end.
Yeah, I mean,
a card many disregards, I would say.
Yeah, also Alex was quite impressed, I think, with the Illegal Knight. He was going through it just because he wanted to be sure. And I think if the Illegal Knight wasn't there, that Alex might have gone through his combo once again.
Absolutely, but regardless, I think Alex just showing why the deck works. Again, I think very few times you can play the same, almost the same deck and the same side deck especially. So that's really impressive. It worked out really well. But before we go forward, we are gonna show you guys what is the top 32 bracket for YCS Utrecht. So let's bring that up on the screen. We have plenty of good names with Diego, the reigning Italian champion with Flowanderies, Jack Verma, of course, Joshua Smith, a lot of really good names on the one side of the bracket, but we can go to the second half of the bracket, and again, Zio Mondri, finalist at the European Championship, and some of these other guys we already have seen on stream, and of course, Alex Robertson, who is one of the few who already know we advanced to the top 16. I think it's an incredible achievement. Dinka Bui already, and actually we know, and we will be able to see it, Dinka Pham was also kicked out in top 64. Daniele Stella, again, Italian national champion. So we have two Italian national champions in the top 32. And again, really, really many good names. Thomas Rose, another UK national champion. It seems as if these former national champions are just crushing it. Joshua Ostman, we had it on stream earlier yesterday. So it's really, really an eye stacked, I would say, top 32. We'll find out quite soon how the top 16 looks, but without going and advancing to the top 16. Thank you guys for being with us. Alex Robertson is the winner. He is the one who advanced to the top 16. Ed is ready to interview him, so stay and watch it.
Thank you, Marcello. Yes, I am joined by Alex, the winner of the top 32 round right here. First of all, congratulations, but also let's talk a little bit about your Rikka deck, which you've now topped Nats, you've now topped Euros, and now you're top 16 of YCS Utrecht 2022. How does it feel?
So far. Yeah, it's good. I bought the cards at the beginning of the year. I was like, these cards are cool. I got a nice deal on them, and then yeah, second place finish at Nationals, top 32 at Euros, and now top 16 here so far. I'm really happy about it, yeah.
How's the deck changed over the course of those 3 tournaments, if at all?
So at the beginning we were playing the Firion cards and Naturia Rosewhip to beat the Despia deck, which was like the best deck in the format. And then it became really easy for the plant deck to beat that because of just how your end board is constructed. Now we're playing the Rikka cards following the release of the main set Pote. Yeah. And some of the cards in that set are crazy for the deck. The new Field Spell, the new Monster Negate, it makes the deck so much more playable. You can go second very easily, you can go first very easily. And you end on really weird boards, and your opponents don't know how to react, and it's been, what, 4 or 5 months since I started playing the deck at big events, and yeah, they're still reading my cards, so.
No kidding. You've made it very much your identity here over those last 3 tournaments. But look, it's clearly working. It's obviously not a hugely widely played deck. There were a handful of you guys at some of those tournaments playing it, and all of you seem to start topping with it. So maybe people just haven't quite figured out how to defeat it. But let's talk about the game that you went through. The first round, just a super dominant first game for you, massively. Any thoughts on the first round?
I don't remember too much, to be honest. I just remember I was in control the entire time. He didn't have, he impermed my Dryas, and then after that it was kind of obvious that I was just going to just get through it. Built my board, it was fine. I think I had Rivalry, I can't remember. And that's just winning the game on the spot. Game 2?
Well, I was going to say, game 2, that was when Rivalry, that was quite a fun moment. That was the getting hit. Was that during this? Yeah, that was where Rivalry was hit by Cosmic, and the crowd reaction was amazing. It was, ooh, that's the kind of thing you want to see at these. But yeah, what was going through your mind in that? Because that was quite a difficult moment. It seemed like he had loads of responses to all of your moves.
I was basically hoping that he negated, actually I'm not sure, because I had double talents, the Ultimate Slayer, my normal summon, but then the other 2 cards weren't really super playable. There's a Rivalry I drew for turn, and then one of the other Rikka monsters, which only works when you're playing the game. So I was like, I need something here, otherwise once my Dryas gets negated or interrupted, I haven't really got much left. So I was hoping the Ultimate Slayer would do more, but he let it go through. They got rid of the smashes, at least let me play. It was a bit unfortunate because he had the Illegal Knight in hand. So it's the one unknown card that he had, and it was Illegal Knight, and I was just like, if it's anything besides Illegal Knight or Veiler, I'm probably fine here. And unfortunately it was Illegal Knight. And then yeah, I draw Talents, draw 2 after you negated the first one, and then I just drew 2 Rikka Glamour, and I was like, if it was like one other card, I might have been able to claw my way through it, but unfortunately, yeah, I lost. But
it didn't matter because then in game 3 everything changed, and that was, I mean, that seemed like kind of similar to game 1. Quite there was a little bit of back and forth, but it seemed like you pretty dominated it.
Well, it was. I comboed. I didn't resolve the full combo, but I got almost everything I wanted, which is, I can't say I'm not happy about that. I resolved the Red Lotus, I revealed the Ash, then he changed starter, Ash to starter, because I feel like my other 3 interrupts can deal with that. So I Ash it, then he droplets my other interrupt, then he's got 3 cards in hand. In my opinion at that point, there's very few cards he can actually have that's going to win him the game on the spot. So his starter's already been used, so he's only got normal summons and anything else, and I see he's got a Beaver and then 2 cards that aren't doing anything here. So luckily, yeah, the Beaver goes and I just win on the spot.
You certainly did win, and now you're into that top 16 top cut. Another topping of one of these this year, which is very, very exciting. So congratulations again. We'll be sure to let you go so that you can get mentally prepared for the remainder of your games, but perhaps we'll see you in the finals for these. We'll see, fingers crossed. But guys, don't go anywhere because we've got another one of these amazing rounds going into those top 16s coming up very, very soon.